Hello, Tony here for Sprint9. I'm going to see if I can quickly get through some past concerns that need to be addressed, such as attorney-client pattern. So over the last few weeks, I've slowly gotten them all in. So we got scene manager, uh, attorney right here. Got rid of the friends, scene. Got rid of the friends. Only friends with an attorney now because it's sad and has legal problems. Yeah, scene manager or regular scene attorney. Yeah, anyway, those are all in. I'm not gonna run through them all because that's kind of a waste of time. How am I doing for time? Good, good, good. Right, so as far as the state of demos goes, unfortunately my main scene still hasn't changed that much from the last couple weeks, unfortunately. But I have been working on a demo for the documentation. It's probably not going to be just a scene change demo as I originally intended it, hence the name here. It's probably going to be more generalized because I don't know if I want to have multiple demos just for the documentation. But anyway, I've got my documentation file here, which I didn't really show last week because I didn't really have, like, I didn't feel comfortable showing it because I didn't think I had enough done to really matter. So anyway, I've been working on that more. Well, anyway, here's the actual page. Got a nice welcome thingamajig, modules. We got tutorials for asset manager loading, pretty neat. Game object, tells you what a game object is, how to register, and some other things and whatnot. I still got a few more tutorials to write and whatnot, but let's just jump into like some classes so I can show off stuff that, yeah, because I put in most of the user functions. I still need to work on internal stuff. That might get put on hold. But I've got stuff like alarm zero, the X, X, like inputable. Do I have inputable? Looks like I don't have that one. Drawable should have it. Yeah, because I got draw 2D. So for example, got draw 2D. It's even got the note for all 2D stuff must be in draw 2D, otherwise it breaks. And slightly different descriptions, but they do pretty much the same thing, so similar descriptions. Where's some other stuff? Update. It's got an update function described. Yeah, anyway, that's that stuff. Right. Intersect function. Running down the list here. Tools. So you told me that I didn't do the most efficient version. I assume because I had some temporaries in there to make it more clear and not run off the page. So I just got rid of those because I assume that's what you wanted. Otherwise, the math is the same as from the book from last quarter. Really? So yeah, anyway, that's not efficient. I don't know what is, which is possible, but hopefully that's good enough. Right, so let's get on to the stuff this week. I've already spent way too long talking about past stuff. So let's jump into sprites. So we've got our sprite here. And yes, so the render function builds the matrix and then renders the actual graphics object, which is P graphics object sprite. And then, of course, all the setters that set the different attributes that are then incorporated into the world matrix when it renders. Right. I'm pretty sure that's along the lines of what you wanted. If not, course, I'll find out when I see the criticisms. So in load resources, we got our two new managers here loading the resources, which we'll take a look at right now. Right, so we got the Sprite font manager. Let's look at that real quick. Pretty similar to the other managers, actually. It's a singleton. It's it loads. It's got its file path here and its map. Nothing too interesting or crazy. Right, so we create our sprite font here. Basically, we give it the path, and it will go into the sprite font here. So we got our rapid XML. Actually, doesn't need to be there anymore. This was for testing because I did that before I had the manager. Make sure that it worked. Right, so we got our texture here, which is set here. So it manages its own texture because the texture will only be used by itself, and it's not going to be in the load resources. Well, I figured it'd be easier to have it manage its own texture instead of going through the texture manager, because that's just like an extra step in direction that it doesn't need, since nothing else is going to use this texture. Everything will go through the sprite font. So it also deletes it, of course, and it deletes all the glyphs that it creates, which it does through the XML to collection function. How am I doing for time? And we're going a little long. Right. So here's the XML function. Very similar to what was in the slides. Only changed a few things to make it work. Yeah, so we got our create glyph here. Goes to create glyph, which will prompt the image loader to do its thing, to load a new image, which it then creates the glyph, uses to create a glyph. I probably didn't have to go through the image manager, but I think it makes more sense in this case to actually go through the manager. Yeah, so we just got all our things to doing the things and stuff. Right, so disclaimer, the sprite fonts that I'm using, it doesn't work very, like, it's like my part of it I think works, but it seems to like, this is what it's supposed to be. It actually might not show up because it's white, but yeah. Oh, that's terrible. Let's do this one. You can see this one because it's the same text, just two different fonts that I tried. But I've tried several different fonts, because like it's always slightly off and upside down, and also like because it's upside down, it reads the wrong rows. I have no idea why it does this. I think I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the whole converting it from a TGA thing, but I don't know. Let me know if I'm doing something stupid. I probably should run it. I haven't ran the whole thing for like the entire time. Anyway, I've got my spitting stitch here. Let's bring up Stitch. So I just made a Stitch class for the demo. So yeah, Stitch spins by updating its position. Here's the sprites. I've gotten it so that they're lined up at least for the most part, but also I got rid of the background, so that helps. But it doesn't even come up with the right ones. It comes up with, because it's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, but because it's upside down, it does the opposite side. Let's just do one that makes sense. So for visual sake, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead it's A, B, C, D. It's also backwards. So, and I don't really know how to fix this. I've tried monkeying with some of the values in the sprite font. For example, I have actually messed with this, like creating the rectangle here, but I can't flip it around because every time I make it negative, make any of the values negative, the entire thing just disappears. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, or if I should get better fonts. So clearly I'm doing something wrong here. But as you can see, it actually goes like picks the right. It has the right things. Like if I were to change this to A B C D, it should change to 1 2 3 that it's supposed to be. Right, there we go. It's catching a little bit of something else there because everything is off because it was converted, and fun times. I spent way too much time trying to fix this. I'm probably gonna have to record this, aren't I? 'Cause it's taking too long. Yeah, it's been 11 minutes. There's no way I can